As the best never rest, Ford has come to the front game and is trying to beat Tesla in its own game of being the best in the EV market. The Ford CEO has a big announcement to make. How is he going to crush Tesla? What are the actual plans of the CEO, and why is he so confident about it? Join us here at Tech Addicts, your only spot where authentic data is provided. So let's get into today's video. Well, the price of a 2023 Ford Mustang Mach-E has increased. According to Ford incentive bulletins handed out to dealers today, the popular electric vehicle is no longer eligible for promotional financing. Consequently, as we approach the end of the year, financing rates for EV purchasers may be much higher, making the 2023 Mustang Mach-E a less attractive option. Effective immediately, all Mach-E 2023 variants are restricted to paying the base rate. These prices are not discounts or special offers like those in the finance industry. Ford Credit, as recently as the day before, was advertising 4.99% APR on Mach-E loans for terms of up to 72 months across much of the United States. This is not all, though. The Ford Options Plan was a lease-like alternative to buying that involved balloon financing. However, Ford has stopped offering the plan's promotional prices. Buyers here are also restricted to market rates. Before this time last year, Mach-E financing was available for as little as a 0% annual percentage rate. Things have changed now. Looking more closely, we see that Ford has been steadily and silently increasing the interest rates on their Mach-E loans. A 4.49% APR was available for 72 months on the EV between October 4th and October 12th. Rate increases of 4.74% took effect on October 13th. The rate is currently 4.99%, which was implemented on November 4th. This is the third increase in interest rates in less than 2 months. In light of the proceeding, this development could be part of an effort to streamline Ford EV financing arrangements. Ford's open and straightforward pricing experience includes an always-on rate of 6.9% APR for 72 months on the Mach-E, F-150 Lightning, and E-Transit that dealers are prohibited from marking up. Is the new system truly that open, though? After all, Ford removed the Mach-E options plan pricing from their website without a peep last month, and therefore predicting how much a sporty EV will set you back may be more challenging than ever before. Those looking to buy might be priced out of the market if interest rates average 6.9%. We calculated that a loan of 6.9% for 6 years on a $50,000 car would cost nearly $11,200 in interest, and that's before adding in taxes, fees, and state incentives. Compared to Tesla's current quoted loan rate of 5.34% for 72 months, that's a tad more. Ford added as much as $8,300 to the price of the 2023 Mach-E this past summer. Well, it's not surprising that the Tesla Model Y and the Ford Mustang Mach-E are two of the best-selling electric automobiles in the United States, but which one should you pick? As premium crossover SUVs, the Tesla Model Y and Ford Mustang Mach-E are likely to be compared. Even though they may be allies in the fight for sustainable transportation, one of the most respected names in automotive data, Top Gear, recently compared the two vehicles head-to-head. A Tesla Model Y performance and a Ford Mustang Mach-E First Edition were put through their paces in the testing conducted by the Venerable Automobile newspaper. While the Tesla was more expensive, it was also the superior option in every other way. However, this is to be expected given that the Model Y performance is more in line with the unreleased Mustang Mach-E GT. The two all-electric crossovers were compared across 4 categories: acceleration, cabin technology, curb appeal, and battery life. There is nothing fresh about Tesla's Model Y. Since it's been in production for over a year, Ford's had plenty of time to fine-tune the Mach-E before its introduction and ensure that it would be able to outperform its Silicon Valley rival. The testing, however, suggested that this is not always the case. The Model Y performance was described as a better driver's car, lighter on its wheels, and quicker to respond by the Journal. The fact that it can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds is icing on the cake. This is not to discount the Mach-E's excitement as a vehicle. The Ford crossover was commended for its smooth and pleasant ride, which the publication said was a step up in luxury from the Model Y. Unfortunately, the Mach-E is best appreciated when driven within its restricted limits because it feels fairly heavy when driven aggressively. Each vehicle won the second and third rounds of the comparison by its superior interior or exterior. Although the cabins of both cars are well executed, the Mach-E's modern twist on a classic design and the Model Y's minimalist heaven motif make for noticeable technological chasm. The Mustang Mach-E had several impressive technological features, but it was no match for the Model Y's autopilot and tailored software. In contrast to the Model Y, which received more attention for its exterior design, the Mach-E was a huge success. It was reported that even die-hard Mustang fans were impressed with the Mach-E and would likely buy one after seeing it in action. Alternatively, the Model Y went mostly unnoticed, as the average person would have mistaken it for a Model 3. The two cars were put through one more test, a charging comparison, and the results showed that Tesla's supercharger network was the deciding factor. When the magazine loaded the cars with electricity, the Model Y and the Mach-E were both on their last 30% battery life and directing their owners to a nearby mall. A neat line of superchargers was waiting to supply the all-electric crossover with a full charge in just 45 minutes, and the Model Y found itself in the middle of that line. The Mach-E informed its driver that it would take 20 hours to fully recharge due to its reliance on external charging methods. Although it may take some time to adjust to the reality that Ford's first electric vehicle is an SUV and not a car, the Mustang's above-average performance, driving range, and several powertrain options make it one of the most enticing electric crossovers. The Mach-E is based on Ford's Global Electrified One platform, a modified version of the C2 architecture used in the newest Focus and Escape models. It can be had with either a rear-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive powertrain, and its single or dual-motor setups can be outfitted with a wide range of outputs, as can its standard or long-range battery packs. In rear-wheel drive cars, a synchronous electric motor with a permanent magnet and oil cooling is mounted behind the rear wheels. In all-wheel drive configurations, it is complemented by a second motor located behind the front axle. A lithium-ion battery pack is built into the chassis between the axles to supply power, which also helps with the vehicle's torsional rigidity and weight distribution. The high-performance modular packs come in two different sizes, a 288-cell 68 kWh standard range configuration or a 376-cell 88 kWh extended range version. A waterproof cover and a crash absorption structure protect both. Ford has carefully tested and improved the battery's active liquid heating and cooling system to ensure peak performance even in the harshest conditions. The base range rear-wheel drive power plant produces 266 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, good for 230 miles of travel. This model has a starting price of $43,000. The all-wheel drive model, which also uses a 68 kilowatt-hour battery pack, generates the same amount of power as the front-wheel drive model, but its torque is raised to 428 pound-feet. The range is reduced to 211 miles, but the enhanced acceleration is worth it. Pricing for this unit starts at $46,000. For those who prefer to charge at home, Ford includes a Ford-connected wall box as a no-cost accessory with every model. The charger, which comes in a 7.4 kilowatt version and an 11 kilowatt version, can fully recharge a car's battery from 10% to 80% in around 6 hours. Fans and critics were surprised when the Detroit automaker revealed the Mach-E in 2019 and said it would be developed under the Mustang brand, although the new four-door SUV looks more like a fourth-generation Escape and has pretty much nothing in common with the iconic pony car. So it's easy to see why Ford took this decision. It ensures the car has the best possible chance of being a commercial success. The Mach-E is a superb EV that combines all the advantages of an SUV with the capacity range of a pure electric powertrain if we disregard the moniker and objectively assess what it offers. Well, bold moves by Ford. We'll be right back soon. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Tech Addicts.